Hello folks, I thought I would share with everyone a few flea market finds I picked up over this most recent weekend. It was Memorial Day weekend, and on Sundays, the last Sunday of every month, there's a very large local flea market with hundreds of vendors, and we go every so often. I like to look for old tools and at the antiques. Ran across this non-functional battery load tester. That's what you're looking at here. It's designed to simulate a load on a battery, and it doesn't just measure voltage output, it measures actually how well the battery handles a load. You can still buy these units very similar to this, brand new, for $35 or $40. I got this one for $5 because the negative clamp, where the cable right here goes into the clamp, had failed and it had detached. And obviously I've repaired it since, and I'll go through that here in just a second. But for $5 I thought I'd give it a whirl. So I brought it home and I salvaged a power supply from some other device. I never throw away cables, by the way. When I throw away old equipment that is no longer functional for whatever reason, I always cut the power cord and save them. I got a box full of all different size, different wire gauge, and I happened to find this one. It was the exact match for the original right here, which was in very poor condition. I think this is what's left of the positive one here. So I had the cable. I disassembled the unit yesterday and finished it this morning. I resoldered everything inside. I'm pretty good with the soldering gun. I've done a lot of soldering, electronics soldering in my time. And pulled everything apart, including the clamps, and put it all back together and tested it this morning, and it worked just fine. It's just on a old 12-volt battery I keep around for a spare, and that battery is weak, by the way. So I'm pretty sure it works fine. The red rubber insulator on the handle here did not survive being removed. Here's what's left of it, and it's very brittle, very dry, as you can see there. So I had to improvise, and what I did is I took a piece of motorcycle inner tube. I've got a lot of spare inner tubes, great product to keep around for things like this, and I wrapped it around multiple times each handle, then took red duct tape and wrapped that, and it's plenty of insulation. And everybody's got red duct tape, right? I've got several colors of duct tape I keep around. What would a shop be without duct tape? So I had to improvise on the positive side, and again, there's multiple wraps of the rubber on each one. The black one survived intact. It was quite soft and supple yet, so I was able to remove it, reinstall the new cable, and put it back, and it worked just fine. So here's what's left of the red handle. I'll get rid of that. The old cable, I'll toss that as well. I have no idea how old this unit is, since they're still being made and they look virtually identical. My guess is this might date to the 80s. It's made in Korea, I can tell you that. The inner cables here were probably okay, but I did not like the look of the outside insulation. And of course the black one had to be repaired anyway because it had failed at this joint. So that's my $5 battery load tester, and I'm quite proud of that actually. I think it was a good buy. The other thing I wanted to share with you is I picked up a couple of little micrometers, $4 each. This one is the smaller one is a 0 to 1 inch. That's a Craftsman, American made, USA made. I don't know who the original manufacturer of that was. I know Craftsman, I think, used several different vendors to produce this item. And the second one is a 1 to 2 inch. I think that's a Slocum, made in Providence, Rhode Island. I borrowed a set of gauge blocks, Joe blocks, from a friend of mine, good friend of mine, and I checked them both with the Joe blocks, and they're within a thousandth of an inch, each one of them. In fact, the smaller one was about half a thousandth. This one, the larger of the two, was just under a thousandth in terms of accuracy. Close enough for what I use. I'm not making jet engines here, so for my casual use with my little lathe and other work that I do, these will be great additions to my shop tools. Again, $4 each, the two for $8 from the same vendor. and I've got one or two larger sizes, so I've got a decent range now of micrometers. So these will be fine for my purposes. So picked up at Flea Market, picked up the two micrometers, and I also picked up the battery tester. So between the two of them, I got 13 bucks tied up, and I think it was quite a successful hunt. So till next time, hope this was of interest to some folks. Any comments, feel free to leave them. Thanks for watching.